Welcome back, everyone. We're back again with Boston United on our journey through Premier League and now European football. In our last episode, we played against Watford and Basel, where we won 2-1 against Basel and lost 2-1 to Watford. Since then, we've been on a bit of indifferent form. Played against Newcastle, had a 3-3 draw. Went to Tottenham, bet them 2-1 in the Carabao Cup. Played Chelsea, lost 1-0. It was really close. They scored in the last minute of the game. We were going to get a draw up till that point, but then it kind of just fell away. Went to Kiev, bet them 1-0. Harper got a goal. Then played against Liverpool. We lost 3-2. Theo Pridgeon got us 2 goals, but we weren't able to kind of hold them out. Unfortunately, all their goals came from set pieces, which always seems to be the case for us. Actually, no, 2 of their goals came from set pieces. The Hassoum Aouar goal came from like a 35-yard screamer. Then we went to Burnley, and I think they had a bit more possession than us, but it was strange. Like, we were playing on positive, and I swapped to counter. Nothing was working, and just couldn't get anything out of the game. It really sucked for us. I'm hoping though that we can kind of come out of this bad run of form and just come back and kind of blitz them through the league. Although the start of our campaign was really tough. So like Wolves, Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle, arguably our tough squad. Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, Burnley are somehow in 7th at the moment. So I'm not too disheartened about that, but it's still really early on, so we can still kind of come out of this bad run of form and hopefully blitz through the league. But yeah, so today we're playing against Schalke, and then we have Tottenham in the league, so we're not favourites for this game, but I think we might be able to. Well, it's evens actually. So probably a draw. Yeah, so we'll get into it. The team I'm going to be putting out is this: Gliacon Rion on the left, Pridgeon up top, Zimmerman on the right, Harper, Narty, Hagnew, Navarro, Karen, Oberon and Laird, and then Mandas in goal. The defence has been a bit shaky at the moment, or the last few games. Atkinson scored in his last game, but he's been a bit, I don't know, it's a weird one. I thought he was on 2 goals. I was sworn he was on 2, maybe he got an assist. Yeah, he must have got the assist from somewhere. But he's been doing okay, but I don't know. We'll check out Navarro's stats. Navarro has 6.7. Ooh, we might throw Atkinson back in. He's been playing pretty well, and I can't really afford to drop him. Hagnew, Narty, and Harper. Jake Doyle has not been able to get to the squad. Harper, I was going to drop Harper one stage, and he scored a brace, and they scored another couple of goals, and he's picking up goals left and right. And then you have the likes of Narty and Hagnew who are always linking up. It might be a good opportunity to get Zimmerman and Hagnew back linking together, because he always seemed to link up last season. And we're starting Theo just because he's pacey and he causes problems for defenses. He's not lethal in front of goal. Gibbs is carrying a knock. We have Ponzi on the bench, so we might drop him. I'll put a midfield option. I'll throw Virtue on the bench, so start him out there. Hopefully we get a result here. We're still top of our group. We're on 6 points, and behind us is Basel with 4. I think Schalke's bottom. Well, Schalke's second actually. They're on 3 points, I believe. Okay, that didn't go well. Okay. I'd want to put Shaw back in the squad as soon as possible, but he keeps picking up knocks, so it's a bit frustrating. And we're also starting Zimmerman over Hazard, just for the bit of pace injection. I think that could help us a lot, considering we're playing on the counter. Hazard is good, but he's kind of slow. We could look to operating him as a central cam or something. See if he can link up play that way. Just he has quite good technical stats, and having pacey players around him could aid with our attacking. Oh my god, hit the crossbar. That's annoying. Okay, we're playing pretty well so far anyways. Not too crazy. I'm also looking at a couple of youngsters, like 17 and 18 year olds, just to see if we can bring anyone in. We've had a few offers. Ooh, Narty. Jeez, he almost scored. He should have scored earlier, and he scored now. But yeah, we've gone in for, I want to say, 3 or 4 players. Juan, Cam, one CDM, and a right back. They're all like 17 and under, and they're all like in around 2.5, 3-star at the moment, and they have potential for 5 and above. Each one of them's costing us 7.5 up front. One is costing about 5. One's costing about 7.5 as well. I think there's 3 or 4 we're going in for. They're all 17. They're all getting work permits, and they'll be joining at the end of next season. So hopefully see how the squad is, and then maybe offload some players like Perez, maybe Hazard, just because they'll both be 34, Oberon, and maybe just reinvest into the squad. Prigent, a good shot there, but I maybe would have rather him cut it back and see if he could play anyone in. Ooh, not a bad shot from Zimmerman. So far so good anyways. Okay, that's an annoying highlight, just ends there. Harper has an assist. That's not too bad for him. He's picking up in his stats again this season. Last season was a bit of a weird one for him, although he was injured for a bit, so that could be why his output wasn't as good as we might have wanted. Everyone seems to be doing pretty well. Stefan Janssen down, he can really cross a ball. Okay, hopefully it's not on the right. Stefan Janssen, so he'll be going on Agensteiner. Agensteiner's fairly defensive minded, so it's not too bad. Good clearance by Oberon. Not particularly far out enough, but still good. Ooh, what a strike from Prigent. I was having my doubts about him for a bit, but he seems to just be kind of going through the gears at the moment. His finishing isn't outstanding, but his pace and everything really kind of brings him into his own. Jesus, that was some curler. Yeah, this squad is very young. Well, there's obviously some areas that are quite old, like Oberon and Hazard, but there's a lot of youngsters in it that kind of we can further develop, like Hagnu, Agensteiner's still young, Rian, Prigent, Ponzio's a bit young, Dickinson, I think Dickinson's actually 22 now, 23. Jesus, how the hell did that not go in? It seemed to bounce off both crossbars, or both posts even. Not too bad, we're having our shots anyways, which is the main thing. Karen's been really good this season as well. I find if he performs badly or doesn't have a great game, like, we're in shambles. So it's a weird one. But I think if we win this, maybe it's our next 2 games, we'll go out of the group anyways. Or get out of the group. Okay, lads, not concede here, please. Ooh, Rihan, go on. Ooh, it's a very good tackle by Janssen. Otherwise, Prigent would have been through. He's very Marcus Rashford-esque. Just the pace, and Zimmerman got a goal this season, provided by Hagnu. How did we know? Not bad at all. They're linking up again. Hopefully they can hit off his shoulder. He wasn't even looking at the ball. Mahad Al-Rabi. I will leave him as is. Okay, Rian's surprisingly not having a great game, even though he has an assist. It's a strange one. Okay, now he's at 7.1, so everyone's kind of above that 7 rating, which is where we want everyone. We'll make a change. We might bring on Doyle soon. Maybe for Harper. Or Hagnu, just someone just to keep the team fresh. We were actually looking at Zalan before. He looks okay, but maybe not amazing. Oh, he's actually quite small, so maybe not. Even though I have some small midfielders, I want some big physical units in it just to kind of bounce the squad a bit. Prigent? Nope. Rian gets it on the score sheet. Assist by Zimmerman, so the lads are going to town today. I don't know what it is, like Schalke would be considered we're like the favourites of the group, and we're absolutely smashing them. What a strike. That was like just like a dead bolt arrow. A dead arrow, maybe not a dead bolt. Let's make a change now. So we'll throw on, I think we'll get Hazard on for Zimmerman. Let's keep him fit. He's not 100%, so I don't want to risk him picking up a further injury. Maybe Haganu for Doyle, and we'll leave Teo out there, see if he might be able to get another one, and we'll give who will we give some game time? I think we'll give Virtue some game time. He's our captain after all, so give him a bit of football, see how he'll do. They brought on a centre back. That's an interesting one. Technically centre back at right back. I'm surprised they didn't bring on a striker. He's on a 6.0. Well, they still have Bentaleb. That's interesting. Keep him with the same formation. I thought they would have gone 3 at the back at this stage. Just try to rip us open. These all of our, I was going to say our front 3, but not really. I thought I took off Hagnew. I took off Narty. We're starting to build up a bit of possession. I doubt they can score 4 from here, but you never know. Jesus. They're really unlucky. A lot of their shots have been on target. Shouts, encourage, I guess. And some of them, yeah, frustrated, of course. Keep it going, you're 4-0 up. Try to get another couple of goals. Nope, a lot of them are just frustrated and like don't know what to do. That was a terrible ball. Brown was a bit late with his run there, but not too bad. 4-0. And a draw was on the table. 511k. Ooh, Zimmerman had a really good game. Okay, I'll bring us back for the Tottenham game. I'll see you guys in a few. Welcome back, everyone. We're back for the the Tottenham game. Before we get into it, our transfers for the future, arranged transfers for some of the youngsters have come through, and I'm going to show them off to you guys now. We have Stefan Janssen, Alexander Bruckert, and Prince Boateng. We might just call him Kevin, just to be funny. But Stefan Janssen, he's a right back coming from Schalke. Actually, I wonder, do we play against him? That would actually be an interesting thing to check out. Oh, they played him, and he actually had a good game. I completely forgot about him. He was actually he played pretty well. He was marking against Rion, so I'm not surprised he had a poor enough game, but it's good to see he played like a 6.3, considering that they lost 4-0 is not too bad. He was a bit of a stalwart for their team, and he's starting for them as well, which is really good to see. Actually, the majority of the players that we're signing are going to be first team players, or are in the first team for their respective squads. So Stefan's costing us 7.5 up front, and then like all the add-ins will eventually add up to 15.75. It's like if he scores like 50 goals, plays 50 games, gets 20 international starts, and all this kind of other stuff. Like his stats are really good. Like I'm looking at him now, and like everything you want to be good is really good, especially for a wing back. Full back, it's the exact same. Everything's 13s and up, realistically, or yellow and above. The only thing that's not too great is his marking off the ball, crossing and dribbling. Even at that, they're still really high, and he's 17, so they're going to improve anyways. But I think he'd be really good for us. All of the players are coming in on rotation basis, so he's a rotation at the moment. He's easily going to take over Laird's spot within a season or two, and he's also quite large, which I really like. 6'1", so he'd be similar to how big Agensteiner is. He can play wing back further forward, just like how Navarro can. So we could go for a 3 at the back formation with 2 wing backs, or train him as a fullback. I'll probably train him as a fullback just with his size and everything. Like his stamina is really good, strong, pacey. Everything is perfect how you want him to be. Then we have Alexander Bruckert. He's more of a defensive midfielder. and once again another player with really solid stats. He's a deep line playmaker, so we could utilize that 4-1-3-2 with the 2 strikers and 1 DM. Like he's 5'10", pace is good, stamina is good, really good balance. His mentals are excellent, work rate's a little bit low, but like that can build really handily. Decisions are good, bravery's good, anticipation's good, aggression's not too high. He is more playmakery, so we don't really need to worry about him being too aggressive. He's more like a Carrick role rather than a keen destroyer. His first touch is really good, dribbling's not bad. Like everything like is not really low. Anything that is low, like you don't really need to worry about it. His jumping's kind of low, but his heading should develop. Passing is good, technique's good, tackling is good, marking's good. Like all these stuff, like I can imagine within a season or two it'll all be like 12 or 13 and he'll look like a ridiculous player. And especially when he's 17, like, oh, it's gonna be ridiculous. And I think he signed on for 3 years or 4 years. The way Prince Boateng was probably maybe the best player of the bunch, offensively anyways. His finishing's really good, he's really pacey, good anticipation, good corners. Dribbling's a bit low, but I'm not too concerned about that. And he's in the first team as well, and he's scoring goals, which I like to see. His dribble is pretty good, shots on target's pretty good, passing completion is good, tackles 1 is good. He's only in under 19s, but he's still 17. Everything will improve. Passing is really good, so he's probably going to be the like for like replacement for Perez. More than likely we'll offload a few players. No one's coming yet. We'll probably sell Hazard this summer. His mentals and stuff, like in comparison, if you look at him and compare him to Boateng, like obviously like his free kick's a bit better, his crossing and dribbling are a tiny bit better, but like all of his other stats, like Boateng is very similar, and his physicals are so much better. And like if we just go back to the ratings, like Boateng is he's a 3-star player currently with a 4 and up potential. Like even he's better than Paris currently, and he's 17, so we still have we have another 6 months before we get him. Actually 8. Brookhart, he's 2, but like he has a really high ceiling. Like I'm looking at him and like everything I see, like it says 2, but I see like a Premier League player there. He might just need another bit of time before he's fully ready. And then Janssen, 3-star player already. He actually, maybe he has the best stats overall for his position. Everything is where you want it to be, and everything is just going to improve. Even if it goes up by 2 or 3 ratings, like he's like I don't know. I see like this is like very Lamb-esque, Philip Lamb. Like all of his like everything you want to be really good is really good. Maybe his leadership is a bit low in comparison and bravery, but everything else is like where you want it to be. Looks really good. He doesn't have a lot of crosses, but I'm not too concerned about that. His crossing is quite low, and considering the striker that we were playing against was not very prolific, so that's probably why. But yeah, they're all looking dynamite. I'm going to be looking for a few more gems like this just for future transfers, just to build the squad up. So we're going to be offloading a few players this summer. I might get rid of Mandas. I like him, but I think we can upgrade him. And there's teams in for him, and I might be able to get like maybe 10 million for him and like add to the kitty. We got him for free, so selling him on for anything is a profit really. We'll probably get rid of Oberon. We'll be getting rid of Noah Gene-Holm. He was, I don't know why I signed him in the end. Haygarth will be gone. Huddart will still be here. Tommy Smith will be gone. I might offload Fonzio. I'm not too sure on him yet. Like, he should be good, but like he's not. I don't know, he just doesn't seem to score goals. I think it might be his pace. It's hard to tell. Like, his finishing is quite low, but like all of his stats, like he should be really good. I might try him out as a deep playing forward, because Poggy had kind of a similar stats about him, and he played much better as a deep playing forward, so we can kind of link up. Well, we're going to be, the team we're going out with today is pretty much the same. I'm going to start Pridgeon. He scored a goal, so we can't really drop him. So if Pridgeon kind of goes through a bad run of form, we'll start Ponzio, and we'll play him in that deep laying forward role. But geez, this team's picking up a fair amount of goals already. Hagensteiner, Harper, Narty, Hagnew, Zimmerman's got, I thought he had more than that. Rihanna's 4, Pridgeon has 3, and Bowler's on the bench. I might put Bowler on for Hazard just because he's a little bit more well-rounded and he can play on both sides pretty well actually. Pacey, good finishing, good dribbling, and he needs to get some game time just because he's picked up an injury, and then as soon as he comes back he gets injured again. It's been a bit frustrating for me considering we've had a lot of players out. We have Gibbs on the reserves as well, but I think I might leave him out today and just rely on Ponzio and just see if we can rely on him because he's our best striker technically and we really need to get the best out of him. Like, his best role is an advanced forward, but he doesn't play well as an advanced forward. I don't know what it is. Like Pridgeon does, just because he has that pace to get away from him, and like he plays so high forward that you don't have to worry about him being caught. Like he has 17 acceleration, so he bloody explodes with pace, and then he has that pace to keep it going. So it's a weird combination. His dribbles aren't particularly high, but his shot accuracy is okay. It's actually not too bad in Prem in the league, 71%. It's interesting. And a fairly high dribble rate as well. It might be just because we played against teams that you expect to be to come at us, so that being able to kind of hit him on the counter, that might be where we play best with Pridgeon. He might be great against the big teams, but he might not be ideal against the small teams just with his pace. Or his pace is really good, but his when you need someone to break up the play and kind of link it up, that's where maybe Ponzio could come in and maybe destroy the small teams. We'll try anyways. Yeah, we'll see anyways. Let's see how this all goes. More than likely, I imagine Tottenham are going to smash us. Their squad is so bloody strong. And then Pridgeon does stuff like that. Like, he gets shots on target, but like, they're right at the keeper, so he's a bit Maldando. That is an interesting name. Mariana Mandal. Jesus, 60 million. 45 million. 51 million. 50 million. 58 million. 58 million. 53 million. Jesus. On Hagney, whip it in. Nope. And they'll probably score here now, I imagine. Jesus. Like, the team they have, they should be winning this. Like, one of their players is probably worth more than... Actually, maybe not more. Probably two of them are probably worth more than our squad. Oh, do we have a red here? No, no foul. Pridgeon. I have him on bloody free kicks because he has quite a high free kick rate. And his technique's actually really good, so I was thinking, oh, he could be pretty decent. But it's only on the right. I don't know. There's no real curve. What do you call it? Maybe it has to do with his crossing as well for free kicks. That seems strange then. And we'll shout at them. Get creative. We're not doing too bad. Like, it's 30 minutes in, we haven't conceded yet. But me saying that, we'll probably concede now. So I don't know. It's a weird. Maybe counter is the way to go for against the big teams, and then try to control games against the small teams, or go attacking like we did against Crystal Palace and I forget the other one. Crystal Palace and I can't remember the other team we smashed. Ooh, right at Mandas. If Mandas wasn't there, that was going in. Well, obviously, that's the kind of way the goalkeeping works. But ooh, keep it in. I consider whip it in. No. Oh, that'd be hilarious if it was Diego Costa. I doubt it is. D Costa. Douglas Costa. The shots all seem to be at the keepers. What's his name? Diogo Costa. Nikau. 28 million. Oh, he's not too good. Nick Champion. How old is he? 24. Surprised he's so cheap in comparison to the rest of their team. Give the fans something to cheer for. If we can keep this to a draw, that'd be excellent. We have a pretty good bench of players to bring on if needs be. Why is Mandas going so high forward with our passes? Laird, what the fuck was that? And goal, I imagine. Should have been. We're not keeping hold of the ball well at all. Out of possession. Maybe not distribute it quickly. Try to keep a hold of it and see if we can build out of the back with it. Just because I don't like them running at us. We'll keep Rion out there. He's doing okay. We'll keep Zimmerman as is as well. I might make the change and bring him bowler at like... Ooh, Rion's dropped down to 6.3. Ooh. That's not great. Might make that change now, actually. Bring on bowler for Rion. And get him on support, maybe. Oh, does he like attack as well? He's got the finishing for it, in fairness to him. And Narty's on 6.4. Harper's on 6 point whatever. We'll maybe just bring Narty out left and bring Doyle on, maybe. He quite likes deep line playmaker. Maybe defend. He's got the stats to do it, and maybe just trying to break up the play. I love if there was like a destroyer role. I know it's Paul winning midfielder. Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying. Straight from there. Okay, we'll distribute it quickly because we're doing okay with that. Push him up a bit. And maybe overlap. A little more standard with our passing. And Pridgeon's still on 6.7, so he's doing pretty well for himself. It's interesting. I wonder what we make. Do we bring on Ponzio, throw Bowler on the right, Ponzio on the left. Decisions. Might try to go attacking now since we're at 20 minutes. If they score here, we'll just go attacking. Yeah. Nikau. Okay, get Ponzio on for Zimmerman. Swap these two around. And inside forward, attack. Get him on inside forward, attack. Try that. And Teo on... Actually, he can play on the wings. And drop him back as a deep lying forward on... to attack. See if we can create something with this. Just with Pridgeon's pace on the wing, he might be a little more dynamic out there rather than Ponzio. It's a very mixed bag kind of episode. Beat one team 4-0 and lose 2-0 to another. And arguably, I suppose not really arguably the same level, considering that Chalco are playing Janssen, who is a 17-year-old fullback who's valued at like 5 million, and they have Dragoon, who's valued at 51 million. It's not surprising. We've done okay. In retrospect, we've done okay. Maybe hit early crosses and pass in space. Distribute to the flanks. Just with the pace out there, we might as well try to make advantage of it. But like the lads are going up against like top quality defenders, so it's a bit difficult. 5 minutes at a time. In fairness to him, Pridgeon's done pretty well, 6.7. Oh, Narty with a goal, sweet. We still have a chance, lads. We still have a chance. If we get a, who is that? Pulisic. Coming out of nowhere. Oh, fucking, you should have played a lot. I have him on attack, so it's probably my fault. But ooh, come on, lads. One final hurrah. That's probably game, though. That's game. Close. All I can do is applaud them. Unless if they score now. Are you going to score? No. It's game, I imagine. How's it still going? Is that game? That's okay. That's got to be game. The one into 56 or 96 minute. Oh, I can't be too mad at them. It was a good result, or not a tough result. But 2-1 is not too bad considering that fucking back line. Bloody ridiculous. We're not doing too great in the league, but even at that, like, the gap between us and 9th is 6 points. So it's 2 wins realistically. And I was going to say we're safe enough from the bottom, but we're 1 point behind Leicester. They have 2 games in hand on us, so they could easily they won't really leapfrog us because everyone else has a lower goal difference. That's one thing going for us, that we still have quite a high goal difference. And the teams we lost against are like, bar Burnley, is all top half teams, so I'm not too concerned about that. I know Watford are they're not amazing, like they're in 10th at the moment, but like realistically their squad is probably like top 8 in overall. Actually, I don't think we checked our expected finish this season. If we go league table, season preview, and we're still bottom of the fucking thing. At least we're not on 5,001 anymore. 701. Ridiculous. We're in the Europa League and we're still 200. I suppose maybe if we didn't get Europa League we might have been like 18th, but again, Europa League, we're having more games and more having to travel further. That could be why we're having issues, but I still think my best guess is probably we're going to finish between 10th and 6th. That'd be my estimation, so I don't know. Oh, it's ending on my birthday this year. Handy. I'll be 2027, 2019 now, so that would be, I'd be 33 then. Jesus. 8 years in the future. Just stomach is growling. So I suppose that's what I get for going to go watch the new Spider-Man movie, which by the way is really good. You should go check it out. But yeah, so we'll end it there. In terms of when we'll come back, 6 games on the loss in the league. I'm not too bummed about, or not 6 losses, there's 1 draw and there's 5 losses. In terms of when we'll come back, schedule, might come back for Kiev and Swansea. Might do that. Just try to jump through this league or this season, get into the knockouts. I think we'll probably be safe because Euro Group G or J, yeah, we're 5 points clear, and there's, what's that? I'm not sure if we can be caught. 3 games. I suppose we still can, even if Kiev win all of their next 3 games and we lose all of ours, and Basel win some of theirs. We can still technically. I think we just need to win our next one, and we're probably safe. I imagine so. But yeah, she'll end it there. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.